Before Tom Cruise redefined the action franchise and made Mission Impossible a global institution, the first film was a chaotic, scriptless gamble that nearly never happened. Buckle up, some of these facts will genuinely floor you.
You're worried about me. Why?
During the iconic vault scene, Cruise kept hitting his head on the floor during takes. His solution? Coins in the soles of his shoes for balance. One of the most tense sequences in action movie history was solved by loose change. Sometimes genius looks a lot like improvisation. The moment where Ethan makes a CD vanish and reappear isn't a camera trick or visual effect. It's a genuine sleight of hand illusion performed live on camera. Cruise learned and executed a real magic technique for what could have been a throwaway scene. That commitment to authenticity runs through every frame.
Holding this.
Krieger.
Thank you.
Don't you mean this?
That's not the least.
Oh, what's the matter? You've never seen this trick? Where'd it go? It's gone.
What?
You? No?
Oh, come on.
Ethan Hunt doesn't fire a weapon once in this entire film. No shootouts, no gunfights, nothing. It's only entry into the franchise where that's true. A spy thriller that made $450 million without a single bullet fired by its hero. That restraint is almost radical by Hollywood standards. Rather than taking his standard $20 million fee, Cruise deferred his salary for a percentage of the box office. The film became a massive hit and he walked away with a reported $70 million. That's not just small negotiating, that's a gamble that paid off at scale most people never attempt. The role was first offered to George Clooney, who passed due to scheduling conflicts. After that, Bruce Willis, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, Ralph Fiennes, and Mel Gibson were all considered before Cruise claimed it. The history of modern action cinema hinged on a scheduling conflict.
I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
According to Martin Landau, an early treatment planned to bring back the entire original TV cast, just to kill them all off in the first act. Every cast member refused. Landau later called the final script not that good either, saying the film abandoned everything that made the original show special. Reza Badi'i, who directed more episodes of the original series than anyone else, was invited as a consultant. De Palma told him he'd loved the show, then said the movie would be nothing like it and his presence would make both of them uncomfortable. Badi'i thanked him and never returned again. The movie entered pre-production without a usable screenplay. De Palma designed action sequences while Cope and Town separately searched for a story to hang them on. Town was still revising scenes between takes during filming. The script that launched one of cinema's biggest franchises was being written as the cameras rolled. Silvestri was hired to score the film and had written 23 minutes of music before being removed. Rather than waste it, he recycled everything directly into the score for Eraser, the Schwarzenegger film released the same year. Bootleg copies of his Mission Impossible score still circulated among collectors today. The iconic dangling wire sequence, one of the most imitated shots in action history, wasn't original. De Palma lifted it directly from Top Copy, a 1964 heist film. What's remarkable is that he took someone else's idea and made it so definitively his own that most people assume he invented it. The restaurant scene with 16 tons of water and overhead tanks was Cruise's own idea. De Palma tried it with a stuntman first. It didn't look convincing, so Cruise did it himself despite a genuine drowning risk. Real water, real glass, real danger. He did it anyways. Studio executives wanted the budget between $40 and $50 million. Cruise pushed it to $80 million. Then, reshoots, Prague conflicts, and visual effects complications blew through even that. The film that launched a billion-dollar franchise was a financial pressure cooker from day one. Jean Reno didn't mince words. He said Cruise was contemptuous toward him and several crew members during production. Meanwhile, rumors of clashes between Cruise and De Palma persisted throughout filming, fueled by De Palma dropping out of press interviews right before release. The tension behind camera was real. Estevez reportedly in a fairly lengthy role in the start of the film, real dialogue, memorable screen time, entirely without credit. Cruise had previously done an uncredited cameo in Estevez's Young Guns, and Estevez's father, Martin Sheen, had appeared in the original TV series 27 years earlier. The franchise runs in that family's blood. The CIA lobby at Langley was filmed inside County Hall, London. The helipad next to Tower Bridge doesn't exist. It was built for the film and demolished afterward. The site is now a public park. Langley never looked so convincingly like central London. Hidden inside the knock list, driving the entire plot, is the codename Maverick, a direct reference to Cruise's role in Top Gun. The list at the center of an international crisis quietly winks at his most iconic character. Whether deliberate signature or in joke, it rewards anyone who catches it. Martin Landau said the original show was a mind game. The ideal mission meant getting in and out without anyone knowing you were there. The movie threw all of that away for action spectacle. He passed on the original offer and was blunt about why. Some legacies don't survive their own adaptations. Mission Impossible was the last major studio film released on Betamax cassette. One of the most forward-looking action films of its decade was simultaneously the final nail in a dying format. The future and the past occupied the exact same release window. Filming along the Charles Bridge at night required backlighting 2 miles of riverfront. 11 generators powered hundreds of lights across 2 weeks of preparation before filming even began. The results were so striking that Czech photographers lined the banks to capture their city as they'd never seen it before. The Channel Tunnel sequence took 6 weeks at Pinewood's 007 stage, 7 minutes of screen time, 152 special effects shots. Because the TGV requires overhead power lines, the production used a diesel locomotive instead, the only way a helicopter could fly directly behind it on screen. Cruise had loved the original show since childhood and chose Mission Impossible as a launch project for his new production company. He personally convinced Paramount to commit $80 million. This wasn't just an acting job, it was the opening move of a business empire that still runs today. Before Jon Voight was cast, Al Pacino, Michael Douglas, and Robert Redford were all considered for Jim Phelps. Any one of them would have made an entirely different film. Voight's quiet authority makes the betrayal land harder than any of those alternatives might have.
Drake Hotel, Chicago.
The early scene where the IMF team sits down discussing the mission wasn't in the original cut. George Lucas told producers the film needed a spaghetti scene, characters sitting around talking through what comes next. The cast was brought back for reshoots to film it. One of cinema's greatest directors quietly shaped the film he had nothing to do with.
Yeah. Can we get a cappuccino machine in here? Because I don't know what you call this.
I call it cruel and unusual.
I made that coffee.
Exactly. Is it possible it's even worse than the sludge you made in that barn in Kiev?
Thank you.
Hey, take it easy on my wife's coffee.
Oh, we missed you in Kiev, Jim.
When the film revealed Jim Phelps as the villain, longtime fans were outraged. Greg Morris walked out of the premiere midway through and called it an abomination. Turning the original show's hero into a traitor felt like a betrayal of everything the franchise stood for. The film made $450 million anyway. The laptop Ethan uses wasn't on the market yet and couldn't actually work. Apple had a $15 million promotional deal tied to the film, a desperate move after posting a $740 million loss. the computer saving the world couldn't even turn on. When Ethan scrolls the disavowed IMF agents list, the first name is Simon Staines, an actual computer graphics designer on the film. The knock list also includes the alias of the film's own technical advisor. The secret list of spies at the center of the entire plot was quietly populated with the names of the people who built the movie. In the scene where Ethan studies Senator Walzer on television to impersonate him, the face on the screen is Tom Cruise himself. He technically plays two characters, Ethan Hunt and the Senator being studied. A spy movie where the star is simultaneously the deceiver and the deceived. Hidden in a shot most audiences never register.
Now, I want to know who these people are and how they're spending our taxpayers' money. We were living in a democracy the last time I checked.
Which fact just changed the way you see this film? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. Keep watching, keep feeling, and never stop chasing the magic of cinema. I'll catch you in the next one.